Hey everybody, it's Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and welcome to this episode of Behind the Mask. You'll notice a couple new things here. We have Phoenix. My son and I adopted her. Easton's still here. He's down here getting jealous. You want to come up and say hi? Oh, God. There he is. And I'll notice that the mask room is a little bit different as well. A lot of you have wondered where I have been, why I haven't been new episodes. A lot of things in life happened, and making the episodes became more of a burden at the time. But now that things are clear and looking up, geez, okay. I don't know what kind of participation these guys are going to have moving forward, but just look out. Yeah, I had just a lot of things going on, and I'm always lurking, watching things get posted for Mask, but also too, if you are watching, and I know you are, remember that YouTube took away my ad revenue because I wasn't posting, so we need watch hours. I'll commit to that and make new episodes, but if you can, watch some of the old ones, some of the better ones. We can take it from there. It's a shame that it happened. It wasn't generating a ton of money, but basically it generated enough for me to pay to keep my website up and running. So each of you that did watch and had any ad revenue generated, that would go toward that element. So thank you for that. Now, something that I've struggled with, and I'm sure you have as well, Boulder Hill. Not only have I chronicled my struggles of it with the fact that Rhino doesn't fit through the door, but the fact that you can't display it anywhere. Retroblasting had the, I think, best setup I've seen. Their cabinets. There's aside from retroblasting, I think they had custom cabinets made up. I haven't seen a really good display of Boulder Hill. Now, that doesn't mean there isn't one out there. And if you know of one, post a link in the comments so I can check it out. A lot of times what you'll see up on a high bureau, out of the way, on top of a display case, but it's still hanging over. And just the Boulder Hill part, the boulder, the mountain itself, and then the boulder. I've seen that as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my original Boulder Hill. It's not in great shape. And there's some parts missing, parts that I don't have from moving. I have to find them. But the experiment that we're going to do won't matter for those parts. What I want to do is I want to see if I can get it to display on my wall, flat. And then as you look up at Boulder Hill, you look up at the gas pumps, the door, things like that. So I had an idea about this. Don't try it at home until you've watched the entire video, just to make sure that I do a thorough job with this and nothing breaks. So yeah, let's head over to the new display area and take a look. Now look, how do you think I'm going to get this up on the wall? I thought about a couple different ways of doing this, not with just blue tape, painter's tape. The way I was initially aiming for would have been to get a piece of backer wood and to attach Boulder Hill to the backer wood, and then it would have been really thick, something a little bit thicker than plywood, but something was actually wood itself and not compressed wood. There's only one way I thought of that actually work is to put 2 new holes into the base. Now it'll be okay. Don't worry. It's my original. As I go through life, I've come to realize that certain things are just more fun if you do it. You don't have to do it this way. This is how I'm trying. And that's what I'm hoping I'll be able to accomplish with this. And some of these parts, as I'm pointing out now, are a little bit heavier than I would like. So we're gonna have to be careful as we get those assembled in and make sure that wherever we can reinforce, we will. Now, I wanna utilize the current base and the connection position as much as I can. And it's very strong, so I'm not worried about that holding up with gravity. I'm worried about the other pieces, like the Boulder Hill piece, like the doors, like the flap that comes down, and I'm just really hoping that it'll work and that I can finally solve the problem of where to display Boulder Hill. Okay, so let's start with the basic pieces. Let's get them popped in and take it from there. Now, my Boulder Hill is very warped in a lot of different areas. The roof of Boulder Hill has seen better days. It looks like Easton may have jumped on it and caved it in a little bit, but the door doesn't stay in place because of the way that it is bent. Now, it's bent always here. It goes upward. It usually pops off. So I'm going to put a little glue down here just to make sure that it holds in place once I do get it in and not worry about it coming up. Okay, now that that is nice and tight, I need to take it off and put the flip door on. So let's do that. Okay, crisis averted. Now this piece here, it has a different type of plastic than the rest of the set. The only other spot that it does appear is on that flip door. So those two have a little bit of heft to them, but the flip door has its own way of securing it inward. This one here, I need to be able to keep it from sliding down and open. So I'm gonna put a little glue on the spot here, right where it goes in on the base. I should probably end up utilizing some more glue here, or some tape, but right now I'm gonna go with it just as it is and try to go with less is more. So now, one of the hard parts here is my door itself is broken. One of the hinge pieces on it are missing. So when I put this in, it's gonna maybe sit crooked. I have to take that into account, but I'm hoping that with enough glue or enough force, I'll be able to get it in without too much issue. Okay, there we go. Let's test my intellect and see how long it takes for me to get this door in. Actually, don't test that. But I'll fast forward through it. Okay, now that I got it on there, let's keep it secure in place. And let's get the roof attached to the door. The Boulder Hill sign up. Without this, you won't know what it is, but also the front of it's buried right now, but I do have it, and it will go on the finished product if it works. I want to make sure that the base itself can hold without the extra weight of the boulder. But my plan with that is to use some tape on the back side of it and to then utilize the glue on the touch points. I think that'll be one of the easier things that doesn't have a connection to get connected in place. But right now I am doctoring up the connection points for the boulder portion of it with some hot glue. I stepped away, and here are my two managers making sure everything's okay. I ran out of glue. Can't much out. For those wondering, she's a little bit under a year old at this point. When we adopted her, she was 7 months old. Okay, please move. Please move away from the hot thing and the thing I'm trying to glue. All right. You know what I'm impressed by? I haven't broken anything yet. Okay. Put this in. Now, pressing down hard on it won't make a difference at the moment, but it's more a matter of getting it to settle. And then I will then put some more glue around it to try to then reinforce that. Now, if I'm not able to do that, then I think a lot of this will be for naught. Gravity test. Let's see. Camera's still positioned, so we're not going to see anything above it. But right now, everything is holding. I'm actually stunned. Oh, there we go. Easton was not expecting that either. So the tape will help reinforce this without ruining the toy itself or ripping off any stickers. All right, so we have some tape. Rip it in half here. Don't need all that. And try to get as little on the stickers as possible without overlapping too much there. So I'm going to put as small a hole as I can in this, and I will zip away so you don't have to watch. Or maybe you do want to watch. Remember, this is for all of us. This is the progression for all of us. Don't think of this as a desecration. Think of it as an improvement if it actually does work. What would make the most sense here? Go with right about here. I don't want to ruin any of the mechanisms underneath, so just to be a straight shot through here. Well, shit. That did not work well. So yeah, that was it's 2 minutes. When I cut the video because I wanted to do a reveal, and I got it up there. I was amazed. But gravity is an asshole. I walked away for a couple seconds, like I was going to I was grabbing something for the cat for Phoenix, and all I hear is, and technically, I guess that counts as me breaking something. All the parts were fine, and I don't feel bad about drilling through the base. I said it's my original. If it was pristine, sure, I'd probably have an issue with it. But that being said, I don't recommend trying it. If you have tried it, did you succeed? Because I wasn't willing to try it again. I was a one and done on that one. So for right now, I still don't have Boulder Hill out on display. I need to figure that out. So if you have any questions or comments about this video, please let me know. If you have any links to any good Boulder Hill displays, let me know as well. And as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to help keep Mask alive. And this is Bill from Matt-Trakker.com, and I'll talk to you later.